Hi there, and thanks for taking a few minutes to have a look at Causeview's new Pledge Manager functionality. We're going to be looking at it today in our Causeview Advancement product, and for our Causeview fundraising customers, we will be releasing similar functionality by the end of this spring 2018. And for the Nonprofit Success Pack customers out there, we are working on a version of this as well that you can install right on top of the Success Pack. When we look at pledge management, it really wouldn't be that difficult to manage pledges if donors would simply do what they said they were going to do. Pay the amounts that they said they would on the dates that they said they would, and from the payment sources that they said they were going to pay them from. But we all know things change, and we need to be able to manage that change within our systems. And unfortunately, most donor management systems today don't support change very well. And at Causeview, we're working very hard to make things easier for you to not only manage change, but manage all aspects of the donor relationship and all of the fundraising functionality that you need to manage successful donor relationships. All right, so let's jump in and have a look at Pledge Manager. We are logged into Salesforce here, and so Causeview is built on top of Salesforce platform, and we've actually built the Causeview Advancement application on top of Salesforce's HEDA platform, which is the higher education data architecture. So when we log into Causeview, we can come to this page here that shows us all of our outstanding pledges. So this is our pledge pipeline, and the pledge we're going to focus on for the purposes of the demo is this one right here. It's the Desmond Annual Pledge. And I'll just show you some of the aspects of this. So if you've never seen Salesforce before, you can see now in Lightning, you can really manage your pipeline here, move these pledges through the different stages of proposal through to negotiation, and then hopefully close one. So this pledge has been won already, and it was a total pledge of $100,000. The donor was Tom Desmond, and the primary campaign source was our annual campaign for 2018. So when we move over here to the right side, we can see that there's 100,000 of the pledge, but nothing has been paid to date. And we actually see that there's an outstanding payment that was due on the 17th for 25,000. So scrolling down a bit, you can track now all of your activities related to this pledge. So all the phone calls, all the tasks that are required. And we see that there's two tasks down here. The first one was a task to follow up with Tom to check on that pledge payment. And then the second thing is the phone call that we actually had with Tom. So from this call, we heard that Tom was sorry for the delay and that we should receive payment this week. He also said that he saw our capital campaign email and wants to change the first installment to go to the capital campaign, but leave all the rest of them, keep all the remaining three payments towards the annual campaign. So if you think about your current system or maybe systems you've worked on in the past, you realize that this requires change. And so you have to go in and delete records, recreate records, and also send that email to your finance team apologizing for the change. Well, you don't have to do that any longer. With Causeview Pledge Manager, we make that process really simple. So let's have a look at what that would look like. So if we go back to the pledge details here and we click Make a Payment, and we can see here the overdue amount is $25,000 and the payment date was supposed to be February 17th. By default, we make the payer, the contact or the donor, Tom Desmond, and we set the payment date to today, and that $25,000 is picked up from the overdue amount over here. So now let's look at that check a little closer, and you see that it's not a check from Tom, actually. It's a check from his donor advised fund. And now, of course, you start to think again, more change required. Oh, what am I going to do to change that? Well, in Pledge Manager, that's really easy. All you do is just click on Account, and you select the Tom's donor advised fund from the list here, and we enter in the check as the payment type. You can do cash, check, credit card using this interface, but we're just going to show check today. Type in 1234 is the check number, and the check date we'll put as today. We know that Tom doesn't want single receipts. He wants to receive consolidated receipts, so we click that option and hit next. Now from here, we're looking at the 4 installments that we had on this 100,000. So it's a $100,000 pledge with quarterly installments, and we're putting the 25,000 against the first one. So we've already said in the plan that all of the installments are going to go towards the that were sourced through the fall appeal, but also that we're going to put it against our annual fund. But Tom told us that he wants it actually to go against the capital campaign, and he also told us that he saw our capital campaign or appeal. So that just happened to be the spring appeal that he was talking about. So we want to link it to that, and by default, it is linked to the Capital Fund 2018, which is a restricted account. Sorry, a restricted fund. So if we check now at the other installments, we can see that that we haven't changed anything down here below. It's still linked back to the fall appeal, and it's all going to our annual fund, which is unrestricted. It's just this first one that we've changed. We hit next, and this is a summary screen showing us the check, shows us the installment that we're paying against, and also you can see the change that we just made to which fund this can be allocated to. You hit next again and OK, and it processes the payment for you. From here, there's 3 options. You could make another payment if you had to against the pledge. You can go back to the pledge itself, or we're going to go to the transaction that we created from this payment. So remember, we switched the payer from Tom to his donor advised fund. So we're now giving Tom's donor advised fund the hard credit, but we still want to be able to apply a soft credit to Tom. And we also have a rule within our organization that if there's a donation made by either Tom or his wife, Maria, that either one of them would get a soft credit. So all of that is done for you. It's automatically done based on the settings that you have on the relationships within the system. And so here again, we have the donor advised fund getting the hard credit, and the soft credit goes to Tom and also to Maria. Let's jump back now to the opportunity or the pledge that we were working on. And now we can see that a couple things have happened here. So the pledge details section now has been updated. So we see that 25,000 has now been paid towards that, giving us 25% completed. And we also see that the next installment date is updated to June 17th, and the next installment amount is 25, leaving a balance of 75,000. And the other thing that it does, if we look now in the installments related list, you can see that that first installment is now fulfilled, leaving the 3 remaining ones. So if we drill into the installment record and we click on the related list, we can see that there's actually 3 allocations that were created. And I'm going to click here on the view all to get a little more detail. And I should say it first too that this organization is set up as an accrual based organization for financial purposes. So we support either accrual or cash accounting. We set that up in your instance. There's a setting we flag you as accrual or cash. Now the difference between the two, if you're not a finance type, is that if you're an accrual-based organization, when we first took that $100,000 commitment from the donor, we would have taken that whole $100,000 into revenue. And if you're a cash-based organization, you only take the revenue in as you receive the payments. So in this case, we logged, when we got the commitment, we logged the 25,000 against the annual fund. But now because we've made that change, we need to reverse out that one. So we gave it a negative 25,000 and create a new one now linked back to the appropriate fund for 25,000. This really simplifies things for your finance team. We also have a post to finance feature that allows you to really quickly generate a CSV file, or you can fully integrate this directly with your finance system if you want to. But the CSV file allows you to see all of these allocations and load them into your finance system for reconciliation purposes. All right, so that's everything we've got for today. If you want to see more, and certainly if you want to see a more detailed demo of all of the features of Causeview Advancement, I encourage you to go to causeview.com and you can set up your own demo right from there. All right, thanks. Have a great day.